Alright, hello everyone, and welcome to a small video on how to actually get a fishing license in Croatia. There seems to be a lot of confusion about this, especially foreigners think that they can't get a fishing license for a year, which is actually not true. You are able to obtain a annual fishing license as a foreigner as well. Um, we're gonna go over where you can buy them. We're gonna go over where it is valid as well. We'll quickly run through how exactly you can buy them and then some more tips and tricks and some more additional information that actually might be really helpful for everyone here. So let's start with the easiest thing. Where can you buy them? Let's say you're in Croatia and you want to just get an annual license, you can get them on the website here, which is the official website for fishing in Croatia. That'll be the first link down below as well. Now, the annual licenses, and this might be where the confusion stems from, but they're only issued in the period of 1st of December of the last year. So let's say when I'm recording this video, 1st of December 2025 to the 1st of March 2026 is when you can buy a annual fishing license for 2026. Um, so if you're coming over in the summer, you want a license, unfortunately, you will not be able to get an annual license anymore. The only options you do have at that point is getting a 1-day, 3-day, or 7-day license. Now, let's run over those. Let's say you want to get a 1-day license the morning that you wake up, you want to go fishing, let's go get a 1-day license. I can tell you, unfortunately, that is not possible. The only option you have if you want to go fishing the day itself is to go to any tackle shop. Most of the tackle shops in Croatia will sell annual licenses. They can issue them immediately and you can still fish the same day. So if you're here and you want to get one today to go fishing today, Google tackle shop fishing store, whatever, around the area that you're in, and then try and find a fishing license there. It's always good to just, send them a message over WhatsApp just to see if they sell them, but most of them will sell them. Now, if you are planning for the future, just pick one of these. They are fairly expensive. If you can get the yearly one, I definitely suggest getting the yearly one. It's just better. All right, so how do you actually go about getting a license? You want to fill in what dates it's valid for. Obviously, if you get the yearly one, you won't have to fill this in. You just pick the year that you want. But let's say 1 day. Today is the 3rd of January. You'll see that I can only pick the 4th of January. So that's what I was saying before. If you want to go fish on the 3rd of January, and it is the 3rd of January, go to tackle shop. Now let's see. Let's say 7-day one, you'll just go ahead and fill in your name, surname, email, put in the email again, your date of birth, and then the permit owner PIN. PIN is the personal identification number. This is only for Croatian citizens. So this is something that in Croatia is called an OIB. If you're not from Croatia, and if you are, then you'll probably be using this, which says license holder OIB. But if you're on the English part, then it'll say PIN, which might be a bit confusing for some people, especially because there's an asterisk next to it, which makes it look like you'll have to fill it in. Just leave it blank. That's all you need to do. You can fill in your passport or ID number, and then after that, you have the fishing zone. Now, there's a bunch of fishing zones. If you click on the map, you can actually see which are which. Go ahead and select which one you will fish the most. Big important note here, this is not the only zone you can fish. If you are, let's say in the top of Istra, like let's say you're around Umag, right? You want to fish in Umag, that's A1. Okay, I'm gonna pick A1. For example, I live in this northern part of Istra, close to Slovenia, so I always pick A1 because that's where I fish most. However, I can still go fish Porridge, which is an A2. I can fish Pula, which is an A3. I can go all the way down to Dubrovnik and fish in D4 if I want to. So don't worry, you could pick whichever you want here. It'll not affect anything. This is purely for information for the people handing out these licenses. Same with the next one, indicate the most used fishing method from a boat or from the shore, and then also the most used fishing gear. You'll then just fill in your address, where you're from. Again, if you're from, let's say, the Bahamas, you can still get a annual one if you're from the Bahamas. No problem as long as you get it before the 1st of March. You just go ahead and click buy. Once you click buy, it'll tell me field is required. Let's just. Alright, so I filled in some bogus stuff essentially. I'm from 1946, which it makes no sense because I'm getting 18 to 65 years old. But if I click this and click buy, let's see, valid email address. Sure, pretty sure that's not a valid email address, but okay, and then the same one, and then you click buy. You can see that like this worked perfectly. I could just do this no problem. So, I'm from the Bahamas. This is a yearly fishing license, just to show that it works. Now, that is how you actually get the fishing licenses. Some important information that you might want from this is how many rods can you use, all of that stuff. And I will link a website down below as well, which is this on SubHR. It actually lists all of the information pretty well. So you can go through there. Some of the most important parts to me here are which fish sizes you can actually keep. So definitely read through this. This is, like I said, some important information to just know when you go fishing here. You know, have some respect for the sea, please. Whenever you do come fishing Croatia, make sure that you respect the sizes, so that the shorter fish or younger fish, sorry, can still grow before they're all grabbed from the sea. Um, so just have a quick read through. It's not that long. And then something else that I want to say, so children under 14 can fish for free, and they can fish with one line and one bait, um, with or without a rod, you could choose, and without a fishing license. So they don't need one. Children can go fishing, not with the use of a spear gun. Permit for a spear gun is separate, and you cannot get one under the age of 16. And then I'm going through some of these questions here on their FAQ page, which is in Croatian, but I'm reading it out in English. So, for which area is sport or recreational fishing license valid? The permits are valid for the entire sea of the Republic of Croatia. Following areas are excluded from fishing areas, which is national parks, nature parks, special reserves, etc. So, for example, if you're around here, um, you could see Briuni. Yeah, like Briuni over here, for example. Um, Briuni, you won't be able to fish. And then another important thing is, let's say you're in Novigrad, for example. On the piers, oftentimes you will see signs, and the signs say no fishing allowed. That is true for the marina part of the pier. So if you're, for example, on this pier, and if you're unsure, please ask. But if you're, for example, on this pier and there's a sign that says no fishing from the pier, that means the marina side you can always fish the open sea. If you're unsure, you can definitely check. But for example, in Umag, there's one big pier in Umag right here. And there is sea police right here somewhere. At some point, I just went and asked them because I wasn't sure and I really wanted to fish the pier. So you are allowed to fish the pier. Um, you will also actually see a lot of Croatians fishing in the marina, but technically that is not allowed. So if you're able to, please try to stay away from that. Try to not damage people's boats, etc. But yeah, however, that was how to get a license in Croatia. I wish you a lot of luck fishing. If you have any questions, please let me know. And if you're in the area, also let me know. Maybe we could go fishing together on your trip. Anyways, thank you for watching. If this was helpful, please leave a like and a comment, and I'll see you in the next one.